From FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple, presented by Caesar Sportsbook on GrindCityMedia.com and the Grind City Media YouTube page. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people. Welcome to The Odds Couple. We are back now weekly for a full season of football. All the way,
let's go!
All the way to the Super Bowl. If you're watching this episode, this is how we start the show each and every week with a single on fish, the way it should be. If you're listening to the podcast, it's kind of odd that everyone would be yelling single on fish, but that's why. We are presented by Caesar Sportsbook as well.
Let's go.
Shout out to Caesar Sportsbook.
Give a toast.
I got the app. We got the
raise your goblets.
The goblets. The goblets are here. Yes, absolutely.
We need some of those.
These are ones you have to.
Some of the hedges you wear on your head. What are those called?
Fish is going to have. Guarantee you, Fish is going to have at some point this season a liquor drink inside this.
No question.
Going to have.
Yeah, what do you mean going?
Why is it?
Yeah. We got a lot for you. It's week 0. We always appreciate week 0 for what it is when, Vanderbilt is the featured team. So we got that going on this week. But we get to talk games. We get to talk handicapping these games. We're going to talk about SEC over-unders. We're going to talk about SEC championship, things like that. So we got a lot to get into. Let me introduce everybody else, by the way. This isn't just single on fish. Lang Whitaker.
What's up?
How are you, Lang?
I am great.
Good,
ready.
man. Good to see you.
SEC is in action this week.
That's right. The SEC is in action.
That's right.
You got your dog shirt. I usually wear a football jersey for the show. I wore the Cardinals jersey because the Cardinals are amazing right now. So I thought I'd just shout out and
Maybe
represent.
I should have worn a Braves jersey.
Well, they're pretty amazing themselves. Yeah. John Roser.
Yes, I'm wearing Nick Bosa.
Yep.
College football, great.
Yes. And absurdly was underrated in the NFL Network's NFL 100. He's ranked as like 25. Nick Bosa's. Don't give me. Nick Bosa is one of the 15 best players in the NFL. Nick Bosa will be here since we love gambling odds. Nick Bosa will be the NFL Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Oh, right off the bat!
As long as he doesn't get hurt,
I
I do have to count that because he does have a history of that.
That's kind of a thing with him, right?
If he is healthy, he will win Defensive Player of the Year.
Maybe that's why
he'll have
number
over 20.
25.
He will have over 20 sacks.
Yeah. The summer of college football, at least, had nothing to do with the game itself. The college football landscape is changing. We've got conference expansion. We've got NILs that are going crazy. Overall, Lang, what's your opinion of the NIL?
Oh my God.
Here's my opinion. I just want to get this out of the way. I'm not going to give my opinion. I just want to throw something out.
All right.
No, I don't. Go ahead, Lang. Your opinion.
I don't care about the NIL.
Good.
Nobody cares.
How about
No,
this?
too many people
No.
care.
Nobody
like the
cares.
people who matter care.
Nobody
Nick.
cares.
Yeah.
It's the people who, by the people who matter, you mean like people who have columns for websites and stuff?
No. I'm talking
Radio
about
hosts?
people who are making $11 million a year as a head coach at Alabama. Thinks
don't
it's a
care.
bad thing.
Yeah, well, that's what he's saying publicly. What do you think he says to the guys he's recruiting?
I can get you $1 million?
Yes, every single player he's saying that.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, he bragged about it last year about how much money Bryce Young had made, like doing a podcast. Bryce Young was doing a podcast on like Colin Cowherd's the Volume thing, and like made like $1 million doing it. So this is what I will say, Fish. Who cares now?
Yes.
We have games this week.
Yes.
We have games. Let's talk about the damn
That's all.
games.
Look, everybody just wanted to complain about stuff, so they were complaining about NILs, they're complaining about conferences and realigning and all this stuff. Like, none of that stuff matters.
Yeah, we got games.
got
You
football
play
games.
to win the game.
We're gonna watch
on the
games this
field.
week. That's all we want to do.
Okay.
And with games, we were taking heat for this morning, weren't we, Lang? But when there is a game, that means there is a point spread.
That's right.
And we can bet on it.
Roser and I were having a conversation
Yes.
this morning about how excited we were to bet on the UConn game this weekend.
We both Foreshadowing a little bit.
Yeah.
Both.
We don't want to give away our picks.
Don't want to
yet.
give away everything
Don't
yet.
say it yet.
But you've got look.
I think we are very opposite on our picks this week, and I'm
limited
concerned
slate.
about it.
We're a little frisky on the Huskies.
Limited
Yeah,
slate.
I'm not.
Limited slate. Maybe it's because I do follow a couple of Siberian Husky accounts on Instagram.
Oh, well, there's
I've
that.
become a fan of Huskies. I like Huskies. Would never want to own one. Those things shed like crazy.
Yeah, I
but
could see that.
have become fond of the Huskies. UConn, go Washington.
Okay, one other quick thing.
Oh, God, what? Can we skip the Nick Saban clip then?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Kimball, we're skipping that.
We may skip the whole first segment. I think we're skipping the whole first segment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The expansion, though.
Yeah.
We're excited about that, though, right?
Yes, of course we are.
Despite it's going to ruin
It's not gonna
Cal
ruin
UCLA
anything.
rivalry.
Oh boy, we're all upset.
Yeah.
People are so upset they're
Or
not
is
going
it
to get to
USC
watch
Cal? I
UCLA
can't
play
remember.
Cal Berkeley.
It's UCLA,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Gavin
Yeah.
Newsom, the governor
Yeah.
of California, is very upset about that because he is on like the
It's
Cal
great.
board of
Cal
regents.
hasn't been good in 40 years. I mean, they haven't been good. They had
Or
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron
and they
Rodgers
stunk.
and Marshawn Lynch aren't there anymore. I
Yeah.
don't give a crap.
And they're not walking through that door.
They're not walking through that door.
No more Jeff Tedford.
No more Jeff Tedford. All right, so yeah, we're all for that too, right? Let's get stronger.
Yes.
Let's get bigger.
Yeah,
let's have better competition. I mean,
I-
don't we want this super
No,
SEC and the super
we already
Big Ten?
have one.
We do.
People complain. They say like I had this talk on Rise and Grind on the morning show last week,
And you
they-
wrote about it this week.
I wrote about it this week on Grind City Media, but they were saying everybody was like, "Well, what about teams like Cincinnati or Memphis? Like, maybe now they don't have a real legitimate shot at winning a championship." And I said, "Did they ever?"
They
No,
haven't.
yeah, they don't.
never
They
have.
don't
never did.
anyways.
Cincinnati made it last
Yeah.
year and got thumped. Like,
Yeah,
none
like
of these
they-
teams have a real chance.
And they
of winning.
only put them in
No.
because they had to.
No, they
Yes.
don't. Yeah, they don't. They
Well,
don't
but what about-
have.
let's-
You know who else doesn't have a chance?
Vanderbilt.
Arizona.
The team we're featuring this week.
Yeah,
Vanderbilt.
Illinois.
like Arizona football, Illinois
Yeah.
football. Like those
They
teams
don't
don't
have
have
a
a chance. Those teams ain't winning anything either.
What about a team like Utah? Because Utah this year could go undefeated.
We'll
They're
find
good.
out. The big one, week one. We'll get to it next week.
Yeah, they get Florida next week, but Utah, like, they could go undefeated.
Bill
And
Napier.
Maybe they go undefeated and make it into the. Maybe they don't make it into the Final Four.
Yeah.
Maybe they do. Either way, I don't think they're going to win a championship.
Well, they're in the
against
Pac.
Georgia
They're
and
in the
Alabama.
Pac-12. So I mean, I would think if they ran through the Pac-12 schedule, they would. USC really is like the only Pac-12 team though that like for
that's-
sure could
I mean-
run through the
But what
conference
if-
and
what
get to
if-
the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like
What
they
if
are.
Alabama loses a game along the way?
Alabama will still get in.
Yeah, but I'm saying, and if Georgia wins the SEC, so then that's two spots gone. A Big
Gone.
Ten team's going to make it.
Ohio State.
I
And
don't
then
know.
you have to factor in his Notre Dame.
It is so hard this year to pick the four playoff teams this early in the season. It's so hard to pick the four without it being the four. Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you... I was looking at the outside yesterday of other teams that are odds-wise, have the best odds to win the national championship. I mean, Texas A&M, you putting them in there?
Hell
Really?
no.
No.
USC? Are you serious? Are you
Every
kidding
year,
me?
Every
way.
year since
Texas? Are you serious?
No.
How long has it been? Every year since it's been like every year since there's been a team that starts in the top 10 of the AP poll that finishes outside the top 25. My vote this year for that is going to be Notre Dame.
I was going to say, Notre Dame, do you
Notre
believe in
Dame.
them this year? No.
Notre Dame being ranked 5th in the country, it's like, dude, what I think some of that is because you've got really the first game, it's to hype up that Ohio State game. So you've
Probably
got
so.
two top 5 teams playing each other. I expect Ohio State to beat the living piss out of Notre Dame. Anyways, let's talk about games.
Hold
let's
on.
go.
Hold on. I was
Fish,
I was
come
going to
on.
I was going to do this NCAA championship winner. Okay, here are the favorites. Obviously, Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson. All right, those are
Ohio
the four.
State's like plus 180. I'd go ahead and put money on that. I think Alabama's going to wax them.
Those-
I think they're
Those are the four. After that, the next ones in line are USC. We talked about it. No.
USC ain't winning crap.
A&M. No, it's not. They don't even have a quarterback.
Yeah, right.
So no. Utah.
The quarterback that they had that beat Alabama is now at Auburn, isn't he?
Yeah.
Calzada?
Yeah.
Or
but
is he at LSU?
They have the
No,
guy who
he's at
started
Auburn.
last season.
Auburn, okay.
The guy Higgins King started last year and got hurt.
Yeah.
He's back. That's who their quarterback.
But he got hurt again.
I don't know.
I think he
Then
did.
it's Utah, Texas, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, LSU.
I think Utah has the best chance of making the four, of going undefeated and making the four.
Oh, no, he's
I don't
the-
think they're
he's
good
the
enough
front runner
to
still.
beat
He's
any of these
king, yeah.
teams.
Yeah, even making the four.
They just have an easy schedule.
Michigan's the one to watch. Michigan could get in there because
I'm looking on my Caesar Sportsbook app, by the way.
No, everything.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
download the Caesar Sportsbook app. Enter the code
terrific.
Grizzlies Full, promo code Grizzlies Full, $1,250 bet, risk free.
Yeah.
$1,250.
Yeah, I used it.
I think you could find a. Why not UConn this weekend?
That's right.
Because that's
Not
a bad
foreshadowing.
pick. Because that's a bad pick, not foreshadowing.
But Michigan's one to watch.
Okay.
Michigan is because they beat Ohio State last year. They Harbaugh got that off his back, and they do have two good quarterbacks now. They lost a lot on defense. They lost some good defenders, but Michigan typically has been pretty strong defensively. So I have a feeling they'll be okay there. So then it usually can come down to that Michigan Ohio State game. So,
With the schedule this week,
I'm jacked. It's a great slate.
I would ask you which games you're most looking forward to, but all of them, because if you got action, you want to watch. But for viewing, which one are you looking forward to the most?
I'm going to say Vanderbilt, Hawaii,
Really?
because it's the late night game.
You know
It is
what?
the late night game.
It gives me something to watch late.
Yep.
Gives me football to watch on a Saturday night.
I don't have
night.
to watch a rerun of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Or UFC.
I don't have to watch like Sopranos,
Yes.
The Wire reruns. I've seen those shows a million times. They're the best shows in the history of television, but I've seen them a million times. Live football.
On the field. Vanderbilt, Hawaii.
So I'm for it.
I
I'm
think
here.
Northwestern Nebraska.
Yeah,
Right,
no, that's
only
a good
because
game.
it's the first game. It's 11:30.
And it's in
two
Ireland.
known teams.
It'll be
and
cool,
it's
It's in
in
Ireland, which is weird as hell.
Real
but
weird.
that
Yeah.
Northwestern and Nebraska are playing in Ireland.
How'd Nebraska end up there?
That's what they're
Notre
asking
Dame drop
themselves.
out or something?
Yeah. So Nebraska and Northwestern, it's interesting. There are good storylines with this game. One, Northwestern is one of those teams. 2 years ago they're in the Big Ten title game. Last year it was just it was a disaster for them. Nebraska has the Casey Thompson, the Texas transfer quarterback.
Yeah.
He is at Nebraska now. If Scott Frost ain't getting it done this year, if he can't win 9 games this year, 8 games this year, it's
got to be.
It's got to be the final year for him. The other hand, man, the 13 points we can get, but Northwestern usually, if they have a bad year, that Fitzgerald guy's been good enough. They usually bounce back the next year. And even if I'm not saying Northwestern's going to win 9 games, but they may win 7, and the 5 that they lose, they will take some good teams down to the wire.
Well, that's the thing I always think about with Northwestern.
Yeah.
Is they're going to
They're
give you
good.
hell.
They do.
And Nebraska was one of our broken ATMs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last year.
They were.
They were just spitting out money. Did you see
Yes.
Scott Frost already said that they have a new offensive line coach?
Yeah, they're
He's making
puking.
the guys throw up 15 to 20 times per practice.
Yeah.
And
That's
then he
cool.
said, actually, I might have exaggerated that.
You
a bit.
think?
I hope so.
You probably got some pissed off parents. What are you trying to kill my kid?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe Nebraska's in this game because they eat a lot of corn in Ireland. Corned beef.
Yeah.
Nebraska-
I love corned beef, by the way.
13-point favorite.
Lang, when we do cooking with Lang, we're doing Rubens.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's do Rubens.
All right.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We'll have to make the corned beef from scratch.
That's fine.
we'll do
Get
it.
some kraut, get some Thousand Island.
Crowd.
How do you make corned beef from scratch?
figure
I
it
thought
out.
you just buy it at the store, right?
Yeah, no, we'll figure it out.
Okay. Northwestern is a 13-point dog against Nebraska. Another, I don't know. I don't know if these are interesting, but they're games. and we're going to have action.
Yeah, we got action.
Wyoming, Illinois. Illinois is an 11-point favorite in this ball game against Wyoming.
They're
This
at
is
home.
a 3:00 start. It is in Champaign, Illinois.
I love it.
Yeah.
Here's also why. I love Brett Bielema, one of my favorite coaches in college football. I love Brett Bielema. You know, when Brett Bielema was the head coach at Arkansas, they played down at Ole Miss. And on that, so they flew in through. So when they came back, he actually spent Sunday in Memphis with his wife, who is a total smoke show. Beautiful lady. Shout out to you, Brett Bielema. But they were asking people, they said, where can I watch the Bears game? Because he's a Bears fan. And Brett Bielema hung out down at Max's Sports Bar on the back patio with just people. A bunch of people just there to watch football. And they were watching the Bears game with some other Bears fans that also just showed up to watch the game. And everybody said he could not have been a cooler guy.
Yeah, he seems like a real cool
could
guy.
not have been a cool
I don't
guy.
think he's a very good football coach.
Oh, no.
Seems like a cool guy.
Look, he went 37-19 at Wisconsin. At Arkansas, it did not work out well. Now, he went 5-7 in his first year at Illinois, which 5 wins is actually pretty good at Illinois. But he did have a great quote. He said, "I did not come here to win 5 damn games."
No, he sure did.
I love it.
He sure
I
did.
love it, Brett Bielema.
What's he going for, 4?
Good luck against
The
Wyoming.
Big Ten is more his style anyway. His style could work at
Definitely against
Arkansas
USC.
if he recruited better. He doesn't recruit well enough for the SEC.
Illinois 11-point favorite in that one. The total is 44. Both Wyoming and Illinois have covered 4 of their last 5 games going back to last season. And then the one everyone's been talking about this morning at the water cooler. UConn, Utah State.
Yes. Let's
go.
They will battle this week as well.
Now Chucky Keaton and Richard Hamilton are not walking through that door.
No.
Well, Richard Hamilton played basketball, but I can't name who played football at UConn.
Nobody.
Football at UConn?
Yeah, nobody.
Hang on.
I'll give you a couple numbers here. The Utah State has won 8 of their last 9 games. They've covered 7 of the last 8 games. So that's nice for the Aggies, right? Utah State? Aren't they the Aggies?
Yes,
Oh,
they are.
I got a couple. We got a couple.
Couple UConn alums.
Byron Jones.
Byron Jones.
Yeah, plays for the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
Who was it? Donald Brown. Donald Brown was the first Husky
that a question?
to be drafted in the first round of the NFL draft, 2009. First round pick, number 27 by the Indianapolis Colts. Played with one Sir Peyton Manning.
Oh, how about
Yeah,
that?
Donald Brown, Byron Jones, and Chucky Keaton are not walking through that door this weekend.
No. Utah State's favored by 26.
I just think I
Total
think UConn's
59 and a
gonna
half.
I just think they'll cover. UConn's not going to win, but I think they're not going to lose by 26.
Man, I think we disagree on a lot of our picks this week.
I love that. That's friction.
Coming up later,
Also, I
we
think
have
Utah
picks.
State's looking. You know, who Utah State plays week 2.
No.
Alabama.
Oh, goodness.
I
You think
might
they're
be
going to look
looking
ahead?
Yeah, maybe they're looking ahead a little bit.
That's here.
They see Bryce Young in those NIL deals.
That's here's $2 million. Come get your ass kicked
Yeah.
in our season opener.
Yeah, UConn and Utah State should be a good one. Then you have Charlotte, Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic is a 7-point favorite, total at 59.5. I don't like this one a lot.
Yeah, I don't
This
either.
game, This game doesn't interest me as much.
Which one now?
Charlotte.
Florida
Charlotte.
Atlantic and Charlotte. Florida Atlantic's won 4 of the last 5 head-to-head
Oh,
against
no,
Charlotte.
no.
You like this one, Roser?
Charlotte's been pretty good the last few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, their coach is Will Healy. Love Will Healy. I don't know Will Healy. But then you have
Personally?
then you have Bill Taggart.
Yeah.
Willie Taggart at FAU. Look, I can find a reason to get into these games.
And action.
And action.
Although I don't like action in this one. Maybe leaning.
Look,
I'm going to give a lean to Florida Atlantic this
I will
week.
too, because they're at home.
Yeah.
Will
I'm leaning.
Healy is the 2017 winner, Eddie Robinson Award
Oh, yeah?
for FCS Coach of the Year. Also was OVC Coach of the Year.
That was 6 years ago.
That season. Yeah, but I'm just saying. He's gone. Look at this. He went 7-6.
He said, yeah.
He went 7-6 his first season at Charlotte. They lost in the Bahamas Bowl. Got to go to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
The COVID year, you got to throw it out.
Throw it out the
4.
window.
2-4, just whatever. Last year, go 5-7.
Okay.
Look, 7-6 and 5-7. He's right there, 500 territory. So,
Except for the 2 and 4 year.
yeah, but the COVID year does not count.
Here's another one that doesn't count. North Texas UTEP. It's a pick 'em. It's a pick 'em. Just pick who you like. North
Yeah.
Texas has covered 6 of their last 7. UTEP's won 7 of their last 8 at home. Again, another one. No lean. I don't even have a lean in this one. I don't like this one.
I've seen the score.
Off my
I've
board.
seen the Bill Conley ESPN score predictor. It's literally predicted at like 30.2 points for one of the teams and like 29.8 points for the other team.
That's what my
So it's,
system has this week.
Yeah, the fish
The
system.
fish scales?
The fish scales.
That's right.
Yeah, the fish system. So, but North Texas, I would be interested. But Grant Gunnell, the Memphis transfer, he did not get the starting job there, so I'm not as interested in that. Also, Mike Price, not coaching UTEP anymore.
It's been a minute, I think. Nevada, New Mexico State. I am interested in this one. Wolfpack are a 9-point favorite in this one.
Colin Kaepernick.
Why are you interested in this one?
Because I got action on this one.
Yeah!
The system says so. Love Nevada this week at New Mexico State. New Mexico State's just terrible. Nevada's beaten them 8 of the last 9 times that they have met, and 7 of the last 8 between these two teams have gone over.
You guys remember a couple of years ago we had that huge parlay, the first half parlay that we were all involved with. That we and it came down to the last game, and it was Nevada, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
That cost us it. So I'm staying away from this one.
Yeah. That's holding a grudge.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
That's
exactly what
kind
it
of how I
is.
feel about the San Diego Padres recently.
My wallet's holding a grudge against Nevada.
Padres are killing me. All right, then there's one other game. It's
we
the
go.
late night game. It's the 9:30 start
Yes.
on the island.
Fire
On
up
the
the SEC.
island. We need a little luau music.
Little luau music. Vanderbilt, an 8-point favorite.
That line's gone up.
It's gone up a lot.
Because I saw it at 6.5.
It was 6.5.
Yeah.
Like 2 days ago.
Action is coming in on the doors.
How is that possible?
Clark Lee.
Well, and I found out. So Todd Graham no longer at Hawaii because they all hated him.
Yeah.
They did. That's why they didn't play the Hawaii Bowl
Yeah.
against Memphis. They blamed COVID,
yeah.
but it was like no, they had like a mutiny on the team, and
The
none of these
players
guys wanted.
they were all
They
wanting
just
to
all
quit.
left. They were
Yeah.
like, no, we're done.
That's fantastic.
Timmy Chang is now the head coach at Hawaii.
Timmy Chang, one of the greatest
Yeah.
passers in the history of college football.
No doubt about it. Vinny Verno would tell you many Hawaiian massacres with Timmy Chang that he made money on.
Oh, yeah.
Chasing his losses from earlier in the day. He's like, I could always count on Hawaii to end the night for me to make up for what I lost during the day.
That's true.
Because that dude, Timmy Chang and Colt Brennan came out there, and those dudes just slung it.
Owned it.
Yeah, throw for like 400 yards a game.
Yeah, no doubt. So he's the head coach now of the
He
Rainbows.
is the head coach of the Rainbows.
I
believe
love.
he was their offensive coordinator last year, right? I think he was the OC.
We are on the wrong side on this one.
But that's
Oh,
not.
No. Y'all are on the wrong side on this one.
I'm cheering for Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's-
don't know why you'd think Vanderbilt
Because I think
can win
the
a game.
SEC,
No,
even
he-
the worst of the SEC is better than the best of the.
No, he was not their
wasn't?
offensive coordinator. He was the wide receivers coach
Oh, okay.
at Nevada.
Oh.
And if you remember, Nevada, Samuels and Jenkins, both 4th-round picks. So
Oh.
he did very well with. I have no idea.
Samuels.
Samuels and
and
Jenkins. Well, you threw it out there quickly, though.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
good. Vanderbilt has covered 5 of their last 6 games.
Oh.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Hawaii, however, 11-4 straight up. Their last 15 at home, they come in as a big 8-point dog to the Doors. Anchor down, you Doors.
Dude, Timmy Chang threw 117 touchdowns at Hawaii. 117?
That is
Like,
stupid.
His last year, okay, so in 2002, he threw a lot of picks, but he threw for 4,474 yards. His last season there, 4,258 yards, 60% completion percentage, 38 touchdowns, 3 picks, 13 picks, also had 2 rushing touchdowns. Bro, that dude, he also threw the ball 602 times his last year there.
Jeez.
Man, they slung the rock.
They sure did.
All right, big game. We'll have our picks on that game. 'Cause I think we all picked in that game. Coming up a little later. Picks are coming up later. We give you all our picks, all the winners for this weekend. This is the Odds Couple. It's presented by Caesar Sportsbook. When we come back, we're going to look at the SEC over-unders and the SEC championship odds. Those aren't very fun because,
You kind of know who's going to be there.
Yeah.
They're 2 teams.
yeah, pretty much. All right, so we'll take a break. This is the Odds Couple. We're back for week 0
We're back!
on Grind City Media.
We got Chris. Chris is here. Chris was invited. So we got Jessica a little gift. Is it a blue diamond? I wish I had known. I wish I had known. And part of it is for Jessica. It's now a hot wife summer.
There we go.
Rise and Grind with Jessica and Megan. Live daily at 8 a.m. on grindcitymedia.com.
Don't miss the newest Grind City Media podcast, Infield Fly, with me, Rob Fisher, along with Lang Whitaker and Keith Murphy. Comes out each Tuesday, and we'll have the latest on our favorite teams and yours. Regional and Superstation teams, the Cardinals, Braves, and Cubs. While going around the horn to check in on the rest of the league. Be sure to subscribe today at grindcitymedia.com, iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud.
Memphis fans can now enhance each moment of their day with the refreshingly luxurious taste of Cintron sparkling flavored energy beverages, served exclusively at FedEx Forum. Cintron World is a lifestyle beverage brand inspiring everyone to create their lives with intention, energy, and style. As the official partner of the Grizzlies, Cintron is offering a 10% discount on your next online order when you use promo code Grizzlies10 at CintronWorld.com. And follow the lifestyle on social at Cintron World. Drink it, live it.
South Carolina took down UConn. We had to get up for Destiny Henderson. She was amazing for this group.
It was her destiny.
Yes.
And shout out to women's basketball, too, for having the 4 10-minute quarters. Men's basketball, get it together.
Join me, Megan Triplett, and John Roser every Monday as we discuss our favorite 3 topics and give you our stances from stories from the weekend that was. It's 3 Point Stance weekly on grindcitymedia.com and on YouTube.
HBCU Huddle with me, CJ Hurt, and Mike Wallace has all of your HBCU football, sports, and culture needs covered. We discuss the hottest stories weekly across the black college sports landscape, including the SWAC, MEAC, Tennessee State, Lane, Lemoyne-Owen, and all the black colleges in between. New episodes drop every Thursday, and you can stay connected with the latest stories and discussions about your favorite HBCU by going to grindcitymedia.com, selecting the podcast folder, and clicking on the HBCU Huddle tab. HBCU Huddle is the spot for all your black college sports and culture needs.
Welcome back to grindcitymedia.com and the Grind City Media YouTube page. Live from FedEx Forum, here's more of the Odds Couple, Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker, presented by Caesars Sportsbook.
FedEx Forum is the place to be on 901 Day. Join the Grizzlies for the ultimate throwdown in honor of the most beautiful land in the world. Did I do that okay? Is that all right? Thursday, September 1st from 5 to 8 p.m. Free for all. It is a sneak fest and street fair.
Yeah.
How about that?
Ball and G are going to be there.
That's right. Duke Deuce.
Duke Deuce.
Big Boogie.
I don't know.
A juking battle. Wrestling matches.
Yeah, I know Duke Deuce.
Yep.
Hopefully he doesn't take a Duke or a Deuce. He's out there.
Visit Grizzlies.
Been a deuce for a while now.
Visit Grizzlies.com today for full details. It's the 901 Day Grizz Bash on September the 1st. Check that out.
On fish.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Odds Couple. We are back. It is week 0. We're talking games because there's action this week, so why wouldn't we? But since it is the preseason, you still have time to get in your bets for over-unders for the Southeastern Conference. We'll go down some of these. I think the 2 hardest teams to figure out in the SEC this year are Auburn and LSU. Auburn because
No, I don't.
they were 6-2, and then it turned to hell, and then it was total chaos in the offseason. Has it calmed down, or is it still total chaos?
I don't have a problem figuring out Auburn. They're going to be terrible.
Terrible?
Yeah.
You think?
They're going to be the worst team in the SEC West.
The worst team in the SEC West?
Yes.
LSU, the 2 for me are LSU and Ole Miss.
I'd put Florida in the mix too.
Florida's in there, yeah.
Yeah, Florida.
I don't know what to make out of Florida this year.
Because if the Richardson kid is awesome, while they do have depth issues because Mullen recruiting them will, if the Richardson kid is awesome, you know, an awesome quarterback can cover up a lot of other issues.
Yeah, Auburn's is just 6. Their win total is at 6, according to Caesars Sportsbook.
I'll take the under.
Under 6?
Yeah.
I actually have the under as well.
I mean, they're a dumpster fire. They've been,
They are.
you know, and like the coach can't stay out of controversies.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
LSU, meanwhile, theirs is at 7. I think Brian Kelly's a great coach. I thought he was a great coach at Notre Dame. And LSU got a huge step up in head coach.
Yes, I agree.
Huge step
I
up
don't
in
know
head
if he's
coach.
I wouldn't say he's a great coach. I think he's a good coach, though. Like, I mean, he didn't never won a title, right? Like, he's good.
I mean, it's,
But I think the reason why he went to LSU is part of the reason why he never won a title. He's now going somewhere that can get the best players, that have the best
facilities.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That have the best schedule.
No, that's why you would never have 20
Notre
years
Dame?
20 years ago you would you never think of leaving
right.
Notre Dame for LSU.
No.
And that's the landscape now. Like LSU is viewed as a better job than Notre Dame. I mean, you look at it, Orgeron, Miles, Saban. Those are the last 3 head coaches to be at LSU, and they all 3 won national championships
and
there.
This is a program. First appearance of the year. This is a program that won 10 games in 10 consecutive years until last year. They have talent.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have a ton of talent.
I mean,
and
that's
Orgeron
state.
recruited well.
Yes.
I think, Brian, the over-under 7, I think it's easy over.
I think
do too.
LSU's going over, too. I think LSU's going to be the second best team in the West.
I think they're good. I think the last 2 years really at LSU were kind of like the COVID year and last year were both like they just punted sort of on the year, and all those guys were opting out. And like the best players weren't playing, and
right.
And you knew Orgeron was like he was a dead duck at the head of the thing. So it felt like the last 2 years was LSU just kind of being like it was like hangover from winning that title, and now they're like they've got all these guys back. I think they're going to be good.
Yeah, I do too. Brian Kelly, head coach, new head coach of LSU. I don't know if he talks with the accent.
No,
here,
he got rid of it.
But that's right,
Yeah.
he lost it. But here he is talking about preparing for the SEC.
I think it's how you train your team. I mean, look, you have to be ready for a battle through December, right? You know, conference championship is in December. So if you're training your team just to get to the first week, you're never going to make it to December. So I think you have to have the end in mind first. And the end in mind first is December and planning for those kinds of games in October and in November. And so I think you have to be very intentional about how you train your team, how you practice. All of those things matter because you're going to be playing big games in October and November. And look, you want them to be big games too. So let's be clear, right? What you do in September matters because, you know, October is important or you don't matter in November. So I think answering the question in the fashion of training your team the right way and getting them there is absolutely crucial.
Crucial to train them the right way. Of all the new hires in college football, this is the best, at least now.
Yeah.
I mean, Napier, maybe he'll be good. Who are other new coaches that have been hired?
In the SEC?
Nobody in the SEC,
Nobody
right?
else. I mean, Notre Dame got a new coach.
I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, most times when coaches are hired, they come up.
Florida got a new coach.
They come from, La Tech, or they come from a smaller conference and they move up. So you'd never really know because it's an entirely different game. This dude's going from one of the premier programs in the country to LSU.
Yeah.
He's not going to have a problem.
No. He can handle the pressure.
Tigers over. Easy pick. Yeah. It's an odds couple lock.
And Brian Kelly will eventually at some point become the 4th head coach in a row to win a national championship at LSU.
That's right. Alabama over under at 11. So is Georgia. I mean, what do you do with that? Nothing.
I'd stay away. I mean,
it's one loss.
I mean, there's no room for failure.
I mean, look, I think it's an automatic push. Like they're not gonna, neither team's going to lose 2 games.
Yeah,
I think Alabama has the better chance of going 12-0 though than Georgia does. Georgia's schedule is a little easier.
Is easy, yeah. Georgia's got an easier schedule.
But Alabama is so loaded. Like
they are, and they're pissed off apparently.
Yeah,
like everything. Saban's not. He has not bitched about his team.
He actually said it's a fun group to coach.
Yes, he's like so. They are terrifying. They are focused.
Yeah, Arkansas's totals at 7. Sam Pittman is the head coach of the Hogs, and at SEC Media Days, he was asked if the Arkansas Razorbacks have arrived.
Arkansas is just trying to compete. We're trying to get better. We're trying to, we're trying to fight hard. We're trying to work hard. We're the underdog. We like it that way. No. We're away from that. Now, we will compete. We'll do that. Roll it out there and let's play ball. But no. We're not that.
A couple of things on this. One, I think Arkansas, they do compete, and he's done a great job, and they've won more games the last couple of years, I think, than anyone expected.
Yeah.
Their total is 7, and it's 7 for a reason. Number one, their schedule is brutal, just brutal. I mean, their non-conference schedule, they have Cincinnati to start the season. Now it's a different Cincinnati team, but still.
That's not that tough to me.
It's much bigger than Missouri State.
Yeah.
I mean,
they play BYU also, right?
They also play at BYU.
Do they play Texas also?
Yeah, no, they play Liberty, though.
They play Liberty as well.
Yeah. Oh, Liberty. You see who's QB1 for Hugh Freeze's team?
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Brewer, former Baylor quarterback.
That's right. So their schedule is brutal, again, like it has been for years. But I think Arkansas's problem, too, is he's building a team to be built for the SEC West. You're not going to get there doing that. You're not. You can build to try and be like Alabama. You're not going to be. Yeah. You have to be different. You have to be what Ole Miss has done under Lane Kiffin or Hugh Freeze, for that matter. You have to be what Mississippi State did under Dan Mullen. You have to be Johnny Manziel at Texas A&M. You have to be. You can't line up hat on hat.
Yeah.
Boy, just got that out for the first time this year, too. Thank you very much.
Hat on a hat.
Hat on hat.
Against a program.
Against a program like Alabama. You just can't. And you're not going to get there. You can't. And I think that's what's going to keep them, because your schedule's always going to be tough.
He's got a quarterback, though.
You're going to stick around 7, 8.
He's got a quarterback.
Who's he throwing to?
That kid's good.
Well,
the
that
Jefferson
kid went to the draft.
Good. Yeah,
but Jefferson's good. And Jefferson, to me, gives you the option where you don't have to play like Alabama. You don't have to try to run people over and run through them. Like you have an athletic quarterback who weighs 240 pounds, who threw for 30-something touchdowns last year, or combined for 30-something. Like, he's a good player, and I think like that gives you a little bit of flexibility. Defensively, they got a lot of guys back too at Arkansas. So, and your boy Bumper Pool is there too.
I like the under 7. For Arkansas this year.
I feel like
based solely on the schedule.
I think 7's like the number.
7 might be a push. Yeah. Auburn, we mentioned Auburn just 6. Florida's at 7. Interesting there. You mentioned new coach Billy Napier at Florida.
Bill Napier.
But the thing about Bill Napier in the Gators, again, you expect they got talent. Now, Dan Mullen didn't do a great job of recruiting, but
that's what cost him.
You're still Florida, and you still have talent, defensive talent especially.
Maybe.
They needed a culture change is what they needed.
They didn't have a lot of
he's brought that
talent last
I don't understand how Mullen, because I think Dan Mullen is a good coach, but I don't get how Dan Mullen, who was Urban Meyer's offensive coordinator at Florida, did not understand when he's walking into that head coaching job what the expectations are as far as your recruiting is. Like, how do you know what the expectations are? So if you don't want to do it, that's fine, but you better get dudes on your staff who are willing to do it.
Especially when you're in the same division as Georgia.
Right.
It's like going out and getting these number 1, 2, 3 classes every single year.
And Florida expects to be there.
Yeah.
They expect to be up there, too. They expect to have top 5 classes.
Kentucky's total is at 8. Basketball school, Kentucky. Their football total is 8. Mark Stoops. I like the over for Kentucky.
I think so, too.
I think they're good.
Yeah,
and they got a good quarterback in Will Levis.
Yeah.
Who's going to be really good. LSU, we mentioned they're at 7. Mississippi State at 6.5.
I think they're the over.
Mississippi State?
Yeah, I think they're the team that they're going to be better than Auburn, and I think they're going to be the team that goes like 7-5 or 8-4 even.
Yeah, Mizzou's kind of
my man, the most honest quarterback in America, Will Rogers is
right.
back. Like
that's right.
All those guys have been under Mike Leach now for a year or two. Like,
they're grown up. Yeah. They were a really young team a couple of years ago. Now they're a grown-up team.
Yeah.
Now if they could play consistent, they could be decent.
And Mike Leach wore cargo shorts to the Memphis quarterback look,
which is great.
I'm all in.
Missouri, they're kind of a 6-6 deal with Eli Drinkowitz. Their total's at 5, which seems low. I would take the over, but it would scare me. I don't think they'll be below 5.
He has done a really good job recruiting.
Huge job. Best recruiting class they've ever had going into this season, but that's not going to show on the field this season. They're still going to be 6-6.
It feels like a 6-6 program.
Program? Yeah, it is. That's kind of where they're at. Ole Miss, 7.5. I say way over.
I think so.
I do. I like how Lane Kiffin retooled the team with all transfer portal guys, veteran guys. I don't know. Let's see if it works.
Yeah, I don't know.
And if it does,
didn't they lose both their coordinators too?
Well,
offensive and defensive.
Well,
I think so.
And they lost their Heisman candidate quarterback.
I think they're probably like a 7-5. I mean, maybe this is like the option where you see if the system's good enough, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Kiffin's good
and
enough.
I think
to,
it is. I'm
figure
going to
it
go
out.
over slightly for Ole Miss, the 7.5.
I'll go under.
You're going to go under? South Carolina.
I just don't know what to think about Ole Miss.
Yeah, you said that earlier.
There's so many transfers.
Yeah.
So it's like, how is it all going to come together? Like,
Yeah. South Carolina 6.5. 7 wins last year, which was amazing for Shane Beamer. They exceeded everything last year. Can they do it again this year? They got Spencer Rattler as their quarterback. He comes from Oklahoma. 6.5 is the total.
He wasn't good at Oklahoma.
No,
though.
he
That's
wasn't.
the thing.
But he was at Oklahoma.
No, I've seen a lot.
6-6 team, I think, again.
I like Shane Beamer.
I do too.
I've heard a lot of podcasts, and a lot of guys are really high on the Cox this year.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't be high on them. I mean,
a lot of people like them.
If they go over 6.5, I think it might be 7 again, but I don't think
what
that's
teams
more
in
than
the
that.
SEC East are they?
Well,
are
here's
they better
what I'm
than?
thinking. I'm like, bro, if
Worse than, I guess.
With Spencer Rattler, I'm like, bro, if Lincoln Riley can't make you awesome, what
Yeah.
the hell is Shane Beamer going to do with you?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. Tennessee, 8. What do you think?
High.
under. They can't stop anybody.
Under.
They
Yeah.
can't stop anybody.
They're the kind of chic, fun pick.
I think it's a push or it's going under. Tennessee ain't winning 9 games.
No, I don't think they're winning 8.
Yeah,
I think they're a 7-5.
I don't think they can defend anybody.
I think they're going over 8. I think Tennessee. They got me excited.
They looked
Their
good at the
offense
end of
has
last
me
season.
excited. Yeah.
They against Georgia last year, they looked pretty good for most of that game.
Yeah.
Right before the half, they kind of crapped the bed. But
Yeah.
for the most part, they looked pretty good toward as the season went along. And you saw, okay, maybe they're kind of figuring some stuff out here. And Heupel's gonna
System.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't think they're.
I'm believing in them. I'm believing in them. I think their schedule
look,
sets up to win 9 or 10.
Well, if they
Problem is Alabama and Florida. Until they beat one of those two,
they can beat Florida.
I'm not believing it.
They beat Florida like in 2016?
They could beat them.
I was in Nashville.
Exactly.
I was in Nashville that day, so I remember it.
I mean, they play at Pittsburgh week 2, which is a top 25 team. Florida, LSU, Alabama, Kentucky, Georgia. I mean, they play a bunch of ranked teams.
Sure, and they're ranked.
Yeah.
I like Tennessee over the 8. Texas A&M 8.5.
I think that's high.
I do too. I think they're an 8-win team.
Yeah.
Again, that's what Texas A&M is, and they just bought the
Yeah.
best recruiting class money can buy.
Yeah,
but that's not going to happen this
They
year.
don't have a quarter, as far as we know, that we don't know if the quarterback's good.
Yeah.
Like so.
And then
They could probably go over if your quarterback is good because we know they got a ton of talent. So,
and then there's Vanderbilt. Here's Clark Lee. He's the head coach of the Vanderbilt Commodores, talking about what his expectations are for this fall.
Our best will be enough to deliver a shift in results. The idea is that we maintain a disciplined focus on the parts of our performance that we control. And that way we continue to grow this team and this program independent of the opponent we play. The focus will be on us. Any program that sustains success must first find a level of internal confidence and consistency. And we aim to do exactly that this fall.
I felt like in a superhero movie when the villain is like laying out his plans for domination.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that felt like.
2.5.
Is it really?
yeah.
No way.
Their total's 2.5, and y'all think they're just going to come out and wipe the floor with Hawaii this week?
But you know,
I don't ever think
They're favored by 8.
I'll take the over. Here, let's look at their schedule. I got their schedule here. At Hawaii,
Loss.
Oh,
week 2, Elon.
Win. I'll give them Elon.
is
Week
Tubby
3,
Smith coaching?
Week 3, Wake Forest without Sam Hartman, their quarterback.
Yeah.
I
is
don't
out.
care.
Yeah, Wake Forest
Okay.
should still beat them.
Week 4, Northern Illinois.
Not so fast.
It's a tough one. But Dave Doran is at
And then
NC
it's all
State.
SEC teams after that.
Loss.
So if they can win 3 of those first 4 games,
They're over.
They're over.
You're going to know your results on the over.
That is the
under
thing.
quick.
It might be worth. It might be worth if you do take the over. Hey, at
I
least
might
you know
do it.
that bet could be lost by like week 4.
You'll know early
that
when
might
know.
be my first odds couple daily pick.
Vanderbilt
The
over.
over
Oh my
2.5
gosh.
on the year.
When do we start that?
Who knows?
Monday, I think. Yeah, stay tuned, dude.
What was Georgia's number? 11?
11.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break here on the Odds Couple, presented by Caesar Sportsbook. When we come back,
Picks.
when we come back here on the Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Grizz fans, the official Grizzlies mobile app is your key to the game. It's an all-in-one experience, updated with even more functionality. You can keep track of a team with news, social media, the schedule, stats, and the standings. And you can log into Grind City Media to watch and listen live to streaming content like The Chris Vernon Show and Rise and Grind. You can check out Grind City Media articles, videos, podcasts, and GCM talent. See what's going on right here at FedEx Forum with our concert and event calendar. Plus, you can find detailed information on seating and concessions with arena maps. You can take the app into FedEx Forum as your mobile wallet, use it as your ticket to the game for Grizz Den mobile pickup, and as contact-free payment for arena concessions. The official Grizzlies mobile app, your key to the game.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. Due to phenomenal demand, the Backstreet Boys are back. The record-breaking DNA World Tour continues. Brian, Kevin, Howie, Nick, and AJ. Backstreet Boys. Quit playing games with FedEx Forum, Friday, September 9th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, check backstreetboys.com.
We are back and Summer League is done. Let's talk about some of the top rookies that we saw in Las Vegas.
So I bet we both have the same one.
Oh, this is going to be boring.
It's got to be, right?
Keegan Murray.
Keegan Murray, yeah.
MVP of the Summer League. That one, I guess it's, maybe we should have put a caveat on it or something and not done the MVP of the Summer League.
Shout out Summer League, shout out
I like
Vegas.
it better when we get to argue. Join Lang Whitaker and me, Kelsey Ray Johnson, every Thursday as we debate the hottest topics in the NBA. IMHO on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and our social channels.
One of my favorite Memphians, Al Capone, Al Cabizi. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. It just so happened, as I was going around the court, I just happened to look up and I saw him. Think about this. I'm, whoop that trick. But in my mind, oh, there he is. But I'm still hollering, whoop that. I got to go get him now. So I ran right. It was not planned.
The Chris Vernon Show, live weekdays at noon on grindcitymedia.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to grindcitymedia.com and the Grind City Media YouTube page. Live from FedEx Forum, here's more of the Odds Couple, Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker, presented by Caesars Sportsbook.
Strike out cancer with the Grizzlies and make plans to attend the inaugural Grizz Bowl, benefiting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital on Wednesday, October 5th at Andy B's in Bartlett. You won't want to miss this evening of strikes, bites, and beverages with the entire Grizzlies team and coaching staff. It's going to be a lot of fun. I saw all the details on this deal. It's pretty awesome. To learn more about ticket packages, visit grizzlies.com/GrizzBowl today. Welcome back, everyone.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Football season.
Presented by Caesars Sportsbook.
Yes.
And we got picks coming up here in a moment. We got a couple of big games, including the trip to Ireland. We got a big game in Ireland that makes a lot of sense. We got Nebraska and Northwestern featured in Ireland.
Let's go.
Whatever. We can have action on it, even though it's being played in Ireland. It's perfect. Nebraska's a 13-point favorite.
You know what? If we can play football games at Yankee Stadium, why can't we play football? It is so stupid they play a freaking bowl game at Yankee Stadium, by the way. That is, you do not do that to Yankee Stadium.
And there's no room in the end zone.
Yeah, but you just don't do that to Yankee Stadium.
Nebraska,
it's sacred ground.
13-point favorite against Northwestern. Scott Frost, he's the head coach. Big season for the head coach, Scott Frost, for Nebraska. Talks about it being a business trip.
We got to handle it really well, and that's what I've been talking to the team about a lot. Being mature and handling it as a business trip. We're going over there for one reason only, and that's to win a game. It's not a bowl trip that we've earned. It's just a game that we got to go focus on. We got to be disciplined on the plane as we're flying over. We got to be disciplined in the country and at the hotel, and we got to keep the first thing first over there.
Disciplined at the
disciplined on the plane.
Disciplined at the hotel. No dirty movies, guys. No. Cannot order them. No ordering of the dirty movies.
We're not going to the place where Guinness is from.
Yeah. Also, the business trip. Shout out to local rap group Lord Tina Louise. Back from the business trip. Great song.
Nice. Nebraska 7-3 against the spread. Their last 10 played on Saturday. Northwestern 1-4 against the spread in week 1.
I don't care.
Although this is kind of week 0.
I don't care. This is week 0.
Head-to-head between these two teams, the favorite, which is Nebraska, 4-1-1 against the spread. So there you go with that. The other featured marquee matchup of the night features the Vanderbilt Commodores and the Southeastern Conference. Yes, we hear from Clark Lee twice today, and probably never again this season. They're
going over.
Here's Clark Lee saying Vandy is coming.
With all the incredible things that are going on right now in Vanderbilt, the football program is certainly at a central point in that conversation. It's their vision that unlocks my vision. And without their direction, their leadership, their energy behind our efforts, there's no way we could reach as high as we're reaching. But it's because of their support that we're aiming to build the best football program in the country at Vanderbilt University, where we have the best school in the best city, in the best conference, with the best facilities on the horizon.
This guy's a maniac.
Come to Vanderbilt. You can get your ass kicked, listen to me talk about nothing, and you can sit in horrible traffic.
So, over under, what year will Vanderbilt be the best football program in the country?
I'll be dead.
Over.
Over.
I don't know what year, but over.
That brings us to the picks.
Yes,
and I'm starting because I'm starting with that game, and everybody's wrong.
Why don't we just do CJ? He would.
Yeah, CJ's not here.
CJ didn't come. Disappointed.
It's too late. It's too late.
Too late.
I'm up.
Fish is up. Do it, Rob.
Hawaii +8 against Vanderbilt. Easy money. Vanderbilt is 20-23. Or no, I'm sorry. That's wrong. Vanderbilt is 3-20 their last 23 road games.
Yeah.
3-20 their last 23 road games. Hawaii 6-1 against the spread in August. Yeah. Hawaii Vanderbilt under 53.5. Why? Vanderbilt last 7 in week 1 under. Hawaii 14 of their last 20 under.
Timmy Chang,
they
though.
both suck. Nevada minus the 8.5 at New Mexico State. Nevada 4-0 against the spread their last 4 on the road. New Mexico State has failed to cover the last 4 in August. In fact, they failed to cover most of their games.
They suck. they really suck.
Why, they really do. And I can't believe it's single digits. Wyoming plus the 11 at Illinois and Burt. Wyoming's going to get this one. They've covered 4 of their last 5 games. Illinois has failed to cover their last 6 against non-conference opponents. Illinois is no good. And
I agree.
Bert's not a good coach either. Wyoming plus the 11.
Nice guy.
But a great guy. He'll watch football on Max's with you, though.
Sit on the porch, watch a game.
Oh, man. You guys are jerks.
And then Utah State, UConn, we're going under the 60. These teams are both bad. UConn may not score. 4 of their last 5 in August have gone under. Utah State, 4 of their last 5 against non-conference have gone under the 60. Those are your picks for this week. Lang?
Well, I'm going with Northwestern to cover this spread against Nebraska because Scott Frost is a bad coach and Nebraska's in a bad way. I'm taking UConn to cover this 26.5. Jim Mora Jr. is going to turn things around.
Better hope they lose 26-0.
Stores, wherever they are. They're gonna cover that. I'll go with Will Taggart to take out Charlotte in the 2016 Coach of the Year winner. New Mexico State stinks. And here's a stat for you. Ready?
Yeah.
In week 0 games, Vanderbilt is 0-0 playing games on an island.
Really?
I don't know. I just made that up. But I think Vanderbilt's going to win this game. And
Lang Nugget.
Get rid of Timmy Chang.
Get rid of Timmy
his
Chang.
debut.
All right. Roser,
what you got?
All right. We're going to start. We're taking the Wildcats. Plus the 13
like
against Nebraska. Did you know Nebraska only beat one team in the Big Ten last year by more than 13 points?
Was it Illinois?
It was actually Northwestern.
Northwestern.
They beat them 56-7. But
it's a new year.
Yeah. New year, we know Pat Fitzgerald teams always bounce back. Northwestern still has that bad taste in their mouth from the 56-7 drubbing they took last year at the hands of Scott Frost, Nebraska Cornhuskers. Pat Fitzgerald gets the Wildcats riled back up. They go out there, they feast on the Huskers of corn. in Nebraska.
All right.
You could throw a little money line on Northwestern if you wanted to. Sprinkle it. Illinois minus. Look, I liked Illinois at minus 10. I'd take them even minus 11. Illinois. Burt didn't come there to win just 5 damn games. Josh Allen ain't walking through that door.
Yep.
We're taking Illinois, the Fighting Illini. I don't know what that is, but they're fighting, and they're Illini. I think they're just people from Illinois,
I think
aren't
it's people
they?
who graduated. Oh, those are alumni.
They're they have Chief Illinois.
Oh, so it's a Native American thing.
Native American deal.
Oh,
thing.
okay. All right. Well, so this is like Cowboys and Indians right here, isn't it? Do we have Cowboys and Indians?
Oh, no, I was going to say, didn't you say Burt was a Cowboys fan, but he's a Bears fan?
He's a Bears fan. We got Cowboys and Indians here.
Yeah. We do.
Well, they're about to drive their spears through the heart of the Wyoming Cowboys and their team. And I also like Illinois minus the 6 in the first half, or 6.5, whatever. 6.5. Illinois is winning this game by 3 scores.
Oh, goodness.
We're taking the Illini. We're going to roll with the UConn Huskies. Jim Mora Jr. I had to make sure. I was like, the older Jim Mora passed away, didn't he? Did I just try to kill him?
I think he is no longer with us. I'll
Jim
check.
Mora. We got to find out of him.
I'm looking it up.
Okay.
Jim Mora. No, see, that's the son. The son is the head coach. Jim Mora Jr. is the head coach.
Jim Mora Sr. is alive.
Is he?
Oh, he is.
Well, good.
Good for him.
87 years old.
Good for him. Last year, watch how I do this.
When that happens.
Watch how I do this. Last year, UConn football couldn't do diddly poo.
See, you
Couldn't
did a little
do
Jim Mora.
diddly poo. Couldn't do diddly poo. This year, his son, Jim Mora Jr., taking over. UConn got a little more respectable as the year went on. They actually scored some points. First couple games of the season, they're scoring like 7 points a game. They got to where they were scoring a couple touchdowns there. Had a 28-point performance against Vanderbilt.
Oh, my goodness.
Look, we're taking too many points. Too many points. Chucky Keaton's not walking through that door. Utah State, a complete rebuild this season. I think UConn comes out, shows promise. They cover the 4 scores against the Utah State, Aggies?
Aggies.
Yeah. And then we're going to the Island. Look, I hate this at minus 8. I do. I liked it at minus 6.5, but I have to stick with it. Vanderbilt minus 8. I liked it at 6.5 when it was under a touchdown. And Timmy Chang being there does worry me, but I'm going to believe in Clark Lee here this opening weekend.
You are?
I believe.
Was
in
it the
Clark
quotes
Lee.
that we played?
No, I think it's Hawaii sucks. So that's what I'm banking on. That Hawaii is like even worse than Vanderbilt, and that because it is the first game of the season, Vandy's going to come out there. They're going to be good to go. I like the Commodores.
Aloha, Clark Lee.
Aloha.
Yeah.
Clark
Commodores
Lee.
aren't they basically like Pirates?
I thought they were a
They're a
band.
band, yeah.
Well, they're a band too, but like aren't Commodores?
Yeah, anchor down.
Yeah. They are sailing into the island, and they're coming out with a big dub.
I don't think they're pirates. I think they're just people who
They're
like
just
command
ships. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're
Shipsmen.
either way.
Shipmen.
Ships sail. What is a Commodore?
By the way, we
The
have
show's sponsored
CJ's.
by
Oh, it's a
Google.
naval officer of high rank.
There you go.
There you
Oh,
go,
you got
yeah.
to take us through CJ's picks.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
CJ.
we got to go through CJ's. Yeah. Here, I got you. You want to do? Whatever. Yeah, go for it, Fish.
Yeah, we got CJ's picks. He's going Northwestern as well, plus the 13, looking
a
for
Big Ten
revenge
guy.
on that big loss last year. He likes Illinois. Minus the 11.
Damn right he does.
Big Ten guy.
He's with me on Utah State.
Well,
and
he doesn't know crap.
He's got Utah State in the first half as well.
Nah, he doesn't know crap.
We talked to him about this morning. This is how this talk came about.
Yes.
And Roser and I were
Okay.
discussing this.
And then Hawaii. He's going with me on Hawaii, plus the 8 against Vanderbilt this week on the island. So there you go.
All
right. That's going to do it for the first show.
Good show.
I think we learned a lot
For
of
week
things.
0.
We
Yeah.
learned a lot of things this
Yeah,
week.
week 0
We're
show.
back.
We learned about Commodores.
We're back.
We learned about
Jim
Jim
Mora
Mora
Sr.'s
Sr.
alive.
We're back. Jim Moore Sr. is alive.
Yeah, we are back.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Back.
Week 0.
College football's back.
College football's
We
back.
learned that it's for Nebraska. It's a business trip.
Business
Joey-
trip.
In
Nick
the hotel,
Bosa's the best player
on
in
the plane.
NFL.
Top 15 for sure.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, Brett Bielema was a great guy. Watch a game with you. We learned that.
He'll watch a game with you at a sports bar.
Coaching.
A lot of stuff here in week 1, plus our picks. We'll do it again next week. Tune into the Odds Couple here on Grind City Media.
On grindcitymedia.com and the Grind Grind City Media YouTube page. Tune in next time with Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.